trying to do a landscape. Don't know how this is going to work. Just doing some YouTube editing. So for why not do another live? Well, the chamber looks really rough, but they are clear at this side, so it looks like we're going to be jammed from the other side. Can I... Is this set as public? There we go. Is this set as public or anything? Live chat. 2 people. Good evening. How you doing? So I'm doing some YouTube editing, so I thought why not do it on a live. I was doing it on TikTok, but TikTok never gets me anywhere. So if I go with YouTube, can't go wrong with YouTube. Chop that bit out. Oh, I was doing that thing again where I'm losing messages because I'm not looking at them. Is there a way I can just get them all to stay up? Or I've got a hello and a good evening. So, yeah, hello and good evening. 10 people. Who else we got here? I don't like these comments disappearing. Hello, have you been busy today from Bob in Birmingham? Yeah, I've been, well, I'm actually editing the video at the moment, but I've done a sewage blockage at the vets, and I've been doing some telecoms box cleanings, cleaning the silt out with combis. Yeah, not stupidly busy, but busy enough. That's all the messages I see. Also, good afternoon, good afternoon. Yeah, I've put my phone sideways, and for some reason, when you've got it this way round, the messages disappear. They've just disappeared again, so I've then got to tap the phone and swipe up to get the messages to come back up again. It's a bit annoying, but could be worse. Could have bigger problems. But, right, where are we to? Cover up. So yeah, this is the blockage I had today, if you can see that. Back of the vets. So I'm just editing the video. Haven't got no Lego to do. I've moved over. Hello Phil from TikTok. So I told you it's better on YouTube. I've got 8 people there, and I've got comments already. Disappearing comments, admittedly, but that's really annoying. Evening, Paul. Burnt both shoulders. Oh, that sounds horrible. I don't like being burnt. So the crafter is still in the garage, so we are still in the Maxus for this video. Until tomorrow when the new bloke starts, and then he can have that van, and it's not my problem. Hopefully I'll have my van back soon. Lost my comments. And I've now got to swipe that way. I have stripes on my stomach where I sprayed with aerosol sun cream. Oh, brilliant. What's up with my van? The EGR cooler has gone on it, and it's about a £900 part. I'm glad I'm not paying the bill. So I'm thinking it's not going to be as easy as just washing this sewage away. I'd imagine this manhole is going to fill up and we're going to need to jet it. Not that I've done this job a million times or anything. Let's lose that bit where I wipe the lens. Yes, this is how I do all my editing. Just sit at the computer on the night. I have fun with sewer work today. I had to pull out 2 4-inch sewer lift station pumps and disassemble and clean them. Yeah, that's a lovely job, isn't it? Yeah, that's quite hard work, to be honest. Enjoyed the bank job, made me think about the time I fell down a full manhole. Bob from Birmingham. Yeah, I don't fancy that, not falling down a full manhole. I've nearly done it a couple of times, but I've never actually done it. Stepped down a few empty manholes by accident, but yeah, never a full one. So I'm thinking it's not going to be. That's cool YouTube plaque. That's a cool YouTube plaque behind you. Yeah, it's really good, isn't it? Someone called Phil painted it. Do you want to have a closer look at it? Phil the paint sprayer. I think he's on Instagram. Just some lights on. It's good, isn't it? Sparkly. Yeah, I wonder who painted that. I've stepped into one, luckily was shallow, but still got a welly full. Yeah, I wouldn't fancy that. At least you're wearing wellies though. Even if they are full. Oh, Phil, when I see you, remind me. I got a sticker for you. Got a selection of stickers. I've remade those ones. And I got some more of these ones. These ones are better, so I got a new printer. But don't tell anyone else because they're all on one. I need a merch store, don't I? Sell them. Nice, they're more glossy. Yeah, basically I brought myself an inkjet printer because the other one I did it with was dye, but it's kind of, if you look at, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Have I not got one? Hang on, bear with me. So where I've done the other ones with dye, I can't get them out. Don't know if this is going to show on camera. So that's the new ones, that's the old ones. I don't know if you can, if you look on the YouTube at the bottom, you see how the colours kind of bled. That's where I've done it, the dye. It's kind of bled into the clear vinyl. So I brought an inkjet printer. Just a normal printer. I was laughing though, because I went through the McDonald's drive-thru and someone stuck a load of stickers through there. I thought that's quite a good idea, actually. Oh, we're going to fill up and we're going to need to jet. Not that I've done this job a million times or anything. Yeah, they do go really blurry. Yeah, new one's definitely a lot better. If I do that, you can kind of see what I'm doing. You see that? See how many times I wipe the lens. I was really paranoid about getting water on the lens. Leave that bit out there. If I missed anything. Nope, not a lot going on. What's everyone up to anyway? Anything interesting? Much going on? Anyone had a busy day? Done anything interesting? All that stuff? I think we should just get on with it, get the forward facer jet in there and jet downstream. Oh, is it still playing? Come back. Give me a few, I'll stick them on random locations I visit or hotels. Give you a few, I can give you loads of them. How many do you want? I think we should just get on with it, get the forward facer jet in there and jet downstream. How long does the editing take for each video? Depends how quick I'm doing it, to be honest. Depends on the video. But usually, I fly through them, to be honest. So it's if I'm not stopping and starting like this, I can probably do them in a couple of hours, to be honest. Sometimes I kind of spend 2 nights doing it. Some of them I'll have them edited in 2 hours. Some I'll have it done in an hour. Yeah. The editing's not too bad mine, because generally I'm just pointing the camera down there and there's not loads of cuts and stuff like that and a bit of a voiceover, so yeah, it's hard to say, but I didn't spend hours and hours on it. It's the start of rainy season here in Florida, US. I'm working on a lot of clogged storm drains. Just something I didn't really do a lot of is block storm drains. Get the old rainwater drain. I like the ones where you just kick the leaves off the cover. That's my favourite ones. I'm flying out to Dublin Monday. I'll take some with me. I'll get you some printed. What else can I give you? We'll give you some more key rings, but I ain't got none. I'll have to buy some more. But I can definitely sort you out loads of stickers. Did I ever put this jet on? And jet downstream. Oh yeah, I messed around with the foot pedal, didn't I? Just because I'm in this van and I've got one, I'm going to use the foot pedal for this job, even though the jetter is right there. I just want to use the foot pedal. I don't get to use one with my van, so I might as well make the most of it. Is anyone else up to anything interesting? Much going on other than watching YouTube? Eight people. That's more than I had on TikTok. Try and get a shot in at the foot pedal. Notification. No. Guarding camera. What was that? Was it a miss? You think? No, not miss nothing. Anyone want to chat? Any questions or anything? Just because I'm in this van and I've got one, I'm going to use the foot pedal for this job, even though the jetter is right there. I just thought to use the foot pedal. I don't get to use one with my van, so I might as well make the most of it. And turn the sound down a bit, because that's what I do now. That jetter's got a really horrible noise to it compared to mine. Give me a clue. How do I get the... there we go. Do you enjoy the HGV drive in? Yeah, it's nice to have a break from just doing the jetting, to be honest. There's yeah, something else to do. Yeah, I like doing a bit of everything. It kind of breaks it up a bit. But yeah, it's nice just to have a day where you just go out in the truck and haven't got to worry about the jetting. At the same time, I like doing the jetting though. The only thing is, I don't like doing the truck driving all the time. It gets a bit repetitive. Right, I have no idea what the random cable tie on this jetting hose is for. Not a clue. There's a random cable tie on the jetting hose, and I don't know why it's on there. Doesn't seem to be doing anything, but that's really annoying. I have to tap my phone all the time. Anyone else got any other questions or anything? Right, I have no idea what the random cable tie on this jetting hose is for. Not a clue. Technical question. Can you use a handle valve like a pressure washer in line with your high pressure hose so you can turn on off water without going to the van? Yes, I could do. So my jetter's got a valve on it called a unloader valve, I think it's called. So when you shut the gun off, the only thing that is, it pressure my jetter up to 4,000 psi, because that's what the unloader valve's set at. Anything over 4,000 psi, it dump it back into the tank. And then when you click the trigger, it come on for a second at like 4,000, and then the pressure will drop to whatever you've got the jetter set to. I'm not really much of a fan of them, to be honest. That's essentially what the one on Maxus I'm driving at the moment, that's got a foot pedal. That's essentially doing exactly the same thing. So when you put your foot on the foot pedal, it opens up the main valve, and you take your foot off it, it shuts the valve, dumps it back to the tank. But yeah, it is doable. Yeah, that's probably what the cable tie is for, actually. I didn't think of that. I'm off now, mate. Enjoy the rest of your editing and live. I'll chat to you later. Yes, I'll speak to you later, and I'll get you some stickers sorted. Yeah, don't work too hard. Anyone else got any questions? The cable tie is right on the spot where the blockage cleared though, interestingly. Wonder if they cleared this blockage. In fact, I might even add that in. Cable tie on this jet and hose this far. Not a clue. Well, there you go. Well, I don't know what the cable tie is for, but it's right at the point where the blockage clears. Do you reckon that's just a coincidence, or do you reckon it's on there from clearing this blockage? I wonder. Oh, give me something to talk about. That's how my own setup is configured. I'm mostly cleaning land drains. No coincidence, but might have been a different blockage. Yeah, I need to measure that cable tie, see what distance it's at. Might have to do that tomorrow before I give the van back. We got a new guy starting tomorrow, so he is having that van as of tomorrow. So I think I'm actually going to be with him for a little bit whilst I wait for mine back. I was just looking for a phone, is that there? Let's chop that bit off though. In fact, let's not chop that bit off there. Let's... Right, I think we've got it clear, so let's give this manhole a bit of a wash round, and then we can flow test it round to the cover on the other side of the property, and we should see it all flowing through. That's a better idea. Ooh, sound suddenly jumps up because I've not dropped that sound down. I use a foot valve also. I can imagine not using one. It would drive me crazy. Well, I've been doing this about 13 or 14 years, might even be longer. I've pretty much always had the same jetter. I've had various different jetters, but the one I've got now is the one that I started using when I first started on the company. So that's how old the jetter is, so it doesn't have none of that. I'm just kind of used to it at this point. I did have I don't know if you've seen the video, but I had a Rayond one with the remote control. I just found it really odd. It was nice, but yeah, I just found it really odd having to think about turning it off here instead of walking back to the jetter. Just so used to just walking back to the jetter. I feel like it's healthier for you as well. It's gotta be, hasn't it? Right. I hope I washed that little bit of sweet corn down there. So that's going to annoy me if I didn't. I bet I didn't. That's going to bug me. Cut that bit out. Sure, I went to a barbecue today. yeah, went to a barbecue today. They didn't have the gas for the barbecue, so I had to find a gas bottle, which I happened to have anyway, and then they then didn't have the regulator to connect to the gas bottle, so I had to go back home and pick my regulator up as well. Disaster. Jet trailer our plumbers use are remote controlled. Those are annoying. Yeah, I've always thought the remote controls could be a little bit annoying. I do like the foot pedals, so they're just on, off. But I just find the remotes a bit, don't know, just seem a bit fiddly. So just to be sure we got the right line, what I'm going to do is chuck some yellow drain dye in this manhole. Not my choice of colour, I really don't like yellow drain dye. It makes no sense for drainage because there's lots of yellow things in drains. But we'll chuck some of this in here. We'll drop some water on the floor which goes down through the echo channel into this chamber, just like that. And we'll lift the cover on the other side and see what's coming through. Right, what did I miss? Sorry, I'll keep tapping my phone. Oh, it's really winding me up. How long did the worst unblock take, and have you ever failed to unblock a drain? Yes, all the time. You get loads of them, you just can't physically clear. I like to try and clear everything, but you always get that odd one that's collapsed, or there's just no access to do anything. I had a gully last week, and the gully was about that deep. Like, from there down to the floor. I couldn't reach down far enough to get a jet around the U-bend. As one of those, there was just nothing I could do about it. I left it with them, as if they can find where it goes, I might be able to do something. If they can find an old drawing or something, I've got half a chance. But yeah, never managed to clear that one. Longest unblock. So I've had drains where we've had to go back the next day and we've spent like 2 days on it. There's a particularly bad one at the hospital recently. I think I might have... Did I film it? I don't know if I filmed it, didn't use it, because I didn't clear the blockage in the end. But I went there, tried to clear a drain. I spent 4 hours on it, machining it and everything, running out of cable. Another engineer went the next morning. He spent the day trying to clear it, eventually managed to clear it from the main line up a blind connection with a bit of rope. Managed to clear it and it blocked back up again 2 days later. So then I went there, managed to plunge it that time. I managed to clear it, but yeah, they all vary, but I've had some bad ones, but usually it's a case of if you can't clear something, you can usually recommend something to get around it. But yeah, 11 people, we gained some people. Good evening, Tom. I've edited 6 minutes and 18 seconds into this video. There we go. Most plumbers here have a sewer snake to unclog drains like the ones you clear. I rarely see any in the UK. YouTube plumbers use a snake. Is this typical? Yeah, it's do you mean like the big machines? Like the big spinning drums, like the Spartan machines? Let's read your comment again. Most plumbers here in the US snake to unclog drains like the ones you clear. I rarely see any in the UK. Yeah, we tend to use jetters for a lot of stuff, or the little machines. Yeah, the bigger like machines, like the snake ones, they've got their place, but I think a lot of our manholes, it's more designed for jetting. in like the US, you've got a lot of like just like little access caps and things, haven't you? And yeah, I guess it's just the way our plumbing's set up, and I don't really know the reason actually. Yeah, a lot of my machines are the ones rigid. Yeah, they make some good machines, rigid. But yeah, like I said, mostly where we can jet it, we jet it, and yeah. So everyone does things differently. It's like if you look at Drain Clean in Australia, he does everything completely differently, and yeah, I don't really know the reasons, to be honest with you. For 90% of the unclogs. Yeah, so they're good machines. They get the job done, definitely. Here's if it works for you, it works for you. Now, if you look carefully in the bottom of the chamber, you may be able to make out the yellow, or you might just think it's a sewagey colour. This is why I don't like yellow dye, but it is running through and you can see all the solids coming through that have just come down from the pipe upstream from there. So yeah, all seems to be running nice and clearly. I still don't like the benching in this manhole though, and the fact you can see bricks on the bottom left hand corner is just really rough. Anything happened whilst I was doing that? Nope. We got 6 people. Has anyone watched the video I put out today? I'll be honest, I can't even remember what video it was, but I put a video up today. Now, if you look carefully in the bottom of the chamber, you may be able to make out the yellow, or you might just think it's a sewagey colour. This is why I don't like yellow dye, but it is running through and you can see all the solids coming through that have just come down from the pipe upstream from there. So yeah, all seems to be running nice and clearly. I still don't like the benching in this manhole though, and the fact you can see bricks on the bottom left hand corner is just really rough. Just realised this live's like a bit of a sneak peek of what's coming up. So this will be coming to a video the 7th of the 8th. So 7th of August, I believe that is. Yeah, he went to the restaurant, yeah, for the 2nd time within the space of about a week. Do you ever do septic tank and treatment plant installs? When I first started, I did absolutely loads of them. And yeah, it's when COVID happened. So yeah, we did loads of them, and then we had the tipper, and then COVID happened. So we sold the tipper on because we weren't using it. And yeah, it just kind of got to the point we subcontract it. It's easier. You ain't got to have none of the plant for it. Hiring stuff in, you ain't got to have the tipper. People come to us, say we want a tank. We get a tank sorted. If we need to meet them there and do some of the work as well, we do. But yeah, we got a good groundworks team and all that to get it done, and yeah, it gets done that way now. Then it stops us having to employ so many people for when we're busy on the dig ups. It's just easier to subcontract it, so that's what we do now. Your wipers could have been broken. My kid's been destructive. Someone may have pulled on the wipers hard. Yeah, the thing is, it's the 2nd time it's happened. So I don't know if there's a bit more to it, but it's not happened for over a year. Makes sense. I've done the groundwork excavation for a few. Yeah, it's quite hard work, isn't it? I used to quite like doing them, but the thing is, like, when you're tied up on a job and you're spending most of the week there, you've then got to have like 2 people on that site, maybe 3, depending on the job, and you got to have someone out doing the jetting still, and yeah, it's a bit much. So I couldn't get the boss's reason for not doing it. There's at the end of the day, we're still making the same money because our customers are coming to us saying we need a tank. We're charging the same rates we were or whatever. We're not paying out on our labour, but we're paying them, if that makes sense. So it's no one's really losing out on it. It just means another company's getting a bit of work as well. So yeah, it seems to work. Oh, what have I done there? No, I just opened the video up, didn't want to do that. 7 minutes 40 in. Right, so there is a tap in this hedge, so we're going to turn that off because we don't need any more water going into the jetter. Right, so there is a tap in this hedge, so we're going to turn that off because we don't need any more water going into the jetter. And then we can lose a bit of footage, can't we? We don't need all of that. You don't need to see me disconnecting the tap, do you? You can see me disconnect the tap a bit, I suppose. I've seen that one, already read that one. Anyone else got any more questions or anything? Ooh. Oh, that froze. Don't like that. Sorry, laptop's having a moment. I think what I might do is click the save button here. Do you know what? I'm going to save that. But let's trim the end off of that. I'm just going to close it. And open that program back up because it's starting to get a bit laggy, which is never a good thing. I don't want to lose another video. 7 people. Who's watching? Who's still there? Who have we lost? What would you do for a living if you were not a plumber? That's a hard one. Catch you again sometime. Good night. Yep, have a good evening. And I will probably speak to you on Thursday because I got a video come out on Thursday and I know you're one of the regular people who comment on it. I probably owe you a comment back on one of your other ones. I've not gone through them yet. But yeah, have a good evening. Yeah, if I wasn't a plumber, what would I do? So when I was in college, I wanted to do computing and stuff like that. You're welcome. Yeah, some IT, web design, all that kind of stuff. That's a hard thing to go into. I'm really behind on it now. Comes in dead handy for doing this. But, yeah. So if I wasn't a plumber, I reckon I'd get a job for fixed radio though. I got the t-shirt. Yeah, I'm not sure really. I'd probably HGV driving, to be honest. I got my license for the rigid, so yeah. Yeah, I reckon I get a show on fix. What do you reckon? Do you reckon they take me on? Yeah, working with Fix is my ongoing joke with my friend Wobbly Bob. So they need to give us both a show together. So the one thing that I really miss in my van, this van doesn't have, is a hydraulic power-fed hose. This one you've got to do it all by hand. We're up to 8 minutes. And there's an hour's worth of footage here, I know that much. Although there's about an hour's worth of cleaning boxes out. Sorry. Heavy goods vehicle. So lorries and trucks and stuff like that. Lose some of that. That can go. Yeah, that still don't work. How do you do the captions? Really appreciate them. Do you mean the ones like the description? Like where I do like the little write-up about it? I've got a bit of a trick with those. Let me know. Yes, you went over a lovely small bridge and drove by the Millennium Centre. Do you eat between blockages or do you wait until you get home? Bit of both really. If I'm hungry, I'll eat. If I don't, I don't. Depends how I feel on the day. We call it CDL, Commercial Driver's License. I never knew that. Interesting. Yeah, with the caption, the captions for your narration. Oh, do you mean like the subtitles? And see, the subtitles, to be honest, YouTube does them themselves. If that's what you mean. Sometimes it's a bit hit and miss, but... No, I was going to say, my trick for the descriptions, what I did, I take the subtitles that YouTube pre-does, I then copy and paste them into ChatGPT, edit it a little bit, and then ask ChatGPT to make my YouTube description better, and then copy and paste that back into YouTube. It works quite well. Because my spelling isn't very good. Right, where are we to? Thank you very much, I appreciate that. And thank you for watching. All I need now is a bit more work for my channel. Because it's a bit quiet on blockages. I've got loads of everything else, but I just need some good sewage blockages. Got one good one today, but it's 9 minutes of my video. In fact, what I need is my van back. That'd be nice. Right, so with that blockage done, that was me done for today. So I headed back towards the yard. But let's head back in time to this morning where we are going to clean out some cable ducts with our combi, tanker, gully sucker, whatever you want to call it. just started noticing I do a lot of that when I'm doing this. Right, see the sound about that. Right, so with that blockage done, that was me done for today. So I headed back towards the yard. But let's head back in time to this morning where we're going to clean out some cable ducts with our combi, tanker, gully sucker, whatever you want to call it. So, any more questions, anyone? Anyone got anything? Or does anyone want to tell me about their day? Or, yeah, anything. Tell me all about it. Right, no one wants to see me driving on the motorway because that's quite boring. Oh, I've seen this today. Really random. Don't know if you can see that. Just there. Hang on. Let me see if I can make that closer. It's like the front end of a plane at school. Really weird. Is that coming across all right? But it's just in the front of a school. I thought it was quite interesting. I thought I'd leave it in the video. Flying high at St. Helens. Oh, we've got the cover-up key out on this one as well. I don't know if that's the first time I've got it back out since I've had a new one or not. So, as I said previously, we are here to clear out some cable boxes. So that's like telecoms and things like that. We're here to desilt the box so they can carry out the work of putting in new cables. Now, this was the perfect opportunity for our old friend, the cover-up key, which I've got a brand new one of, which does a lovely job of lifting these horrible heavy covers. And these covers like to seize in horrible, so yeah. This key does a lovely job of just making them jump a little bit so I can lift them up. You'll see what it does in a second on one that's been painted over. Yeah, fair play to cover-up key. When my one got stolen, they've given me a brand new one. I'm just waiting to use the gully hooks. I got a gully hook as well. Just waiting for the right opportunity. If I missed anything else doing all that. Nope. Anyone got any questions or anything? So, as I said previously, we are here to clear out some cable boxes. So that's like telecoms and things like that. We're here to desilt the box so they can carry out the work of putting in new cables. Now, this was the perfect opportunity for our old friend, the cover-up key, which I've got a brand new one of, which does a lovely job of lifting these horrible heavy covers. And these covers like to seize in horrible, so yeah, this key does a lovely job of just making them jump a little bit so I can lift them up. You'll see what it does in a second on one that's been painted over. Oh, suddenly stood next to the truck, that went loud. What are we doing there? Just chop some of this out. Don't need all of that. Use that. There we go. That bit can go. There we go. We have your new tools engraved with your ID. What I have done, has anyone seen the DNA market, tool market? I've actually done that on it all. I've also registered it with there's an app that you register all your serial numbers on and things like that. So I've done that as well. That reminds me, I do need to do the cover up key. Actually, I've not done that. Yeah, I better get that done. But yeah, I've yeah, they're all DNA marked, so if they get stolen or anything, they can trace it back to me through the DNA markings on it. Really clever stuff. Of course, that does provide. Hang on, bear with me. That is providing that they do find your tools. That's the only downside to it, is most tools that go missing never get recovered, apparently. I can't remember what the percentage is. I'm sure I heard Clive Holland's their percentage, but yeah, it's surprising how many just vanish into thin air. So it's like my stuff. I thought my stuff might have shown up somewhere by now. It's such specific stuff to what I did. Like the Picote machine. No one's selling any. They're too valuable to a drainage company. So where has that tool gone? Because I can't find one of those to sell secondhand online like that one. And that one's like brand new. So where's that disappeared to? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? But yeah, DNA marking, it's the way to go. It looks like you sometimes use a 360 camera. What camera is it? It is a GoPro Max, the 360 one. I'm not too sure on it, to be honest. I don't know if I like it. I think it's because I'm comparing the footage to the Heroes. That's like crystal clear footage. Don't know, the 360, I'm not sure about it. It works in certain situations. I don't think it looks as good for driving, but like where I want to be able to like pan around like a nice area, it's nice to be able to do that. But yeah, I'm really undecided on it, so I'm using it in places, but yeah, don't know on it. It's a nice camera. It is a nice camera. So I'll probably take it on holiday and things like that, but yeah, need to play about with it, do a bit more with it and see where it goes. Although I have been told the Insta360 is meant to be really good. Right. Well, this is the state of the inside of the box, and you can see why the cablers didn't want to touch it. There's no way they're getting any cables through there and all joint up. So we're going to clean the boxes out for them, make them look a lot fresher so they can get in there and get their new network set up. Ooh, it's only 10 minutes worth. Getting somewhere. Well, this is the state of the inside of the box, and you can see why the cablers didn't want to touch it. There's no way they're getting any cables through there and all joint up. So we're going to clean the boxes out for them, make them look a lot fresher so they can get in there and get their new network set up. As you can imagine, this hasn't just built up overnight. This is probably years and years with... I can't even talk. Try again. As you can imagine, this hasn't just built up overnight. This is probably years and years worth of silt build up. It's just all compacted in there. So we've had to pressure the jetter up, as well as having the boom in there to suck it all out. That makes sense? Chop that out of there. Happy days. As you can imagine, this hasn't just built up overnight. This is probably years and years worth of silt build up. It's just all compacted in there. So we've had to pressure the jetter up, as well as having the boom in there to suck it all out. So what I could do, I could do like a really fancy edit on that. If I drag that into there. I say fancy edit, it's nothing too fancy. If I do that, do that. Do that, and I can zoom. Or I just put that straight back where it was. Oh, Green Day added to their story. I don't know why it tells me that every day. Try that. And then click that. It should do a bit of a pan down now, if I'm right. Yeah, that's better. I'm in the US. Where would you want to visit in the US if you came here? Yep, clear as mud. If I came to the US, that's an interesting question. Loads of it, to be honest. The US is a very big place. There's a lot going on there. So I'd like to do all the, I'd like to do Route 66. Although I'd imagine it's quite, is it quite like commercialised and touristy? Yeah, I'd quite like to do Route 66. I like driving and things like that, so that'd be quite cool to do. Obviously I wouldn't mind seeing Vegas and all those kind of places. I'm not too sure. Where do you recommend I see? The thing is, it probably never happens. I don't like flying. I don't know if I could do the flight to get there. There it is. 400 speed, do that, do that. Right, I'm going to speed these up a little bit because we have 4 of these to get through, so I don't want to bore you with it. So yeah, let's skip through a little bit and get to the more interesting bits. I don't want everyone to have to sit through that in real time. Yellowstone, yes, mate. Most of our national parks. Yes, that is a very good shout. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing all of those. Yeah, you've got some nice national parks. I quite like to see like Grand Canyon and all those kind of things. Then again, don't like flying, so whether I ever will or not, I don't know, but... Right, I'm going to speed these up a little bit because we have 4 of these to get through, so I don't want to bore you with it. So yeah, let's skip through a little bit and get to the more interesting bits. Yeah, I need to just cut that down a bit. It's a bit too much. I made my own jet hose off my Honda power washer. Fair enough, well done. Be a handy little thing to have. Oh, has this camera cut the end off? No, I've cut the end off, don't worry, ignore me. Blaming the camera and it's me who just deleted it. That's where the undo button comes in handy. I use a lot of the undo button. Well, this looks a lot healthier. They can get to the cable ducts they need to get to, so let's get the cover down and we'll move on to the next one. Minus a little bit of water that was still in the bottom, but they weren't too worried about that. Well, this looks a lot healthier. They can get to the cable ducts they need to get to, so let's get the cover down and we'll move on to the next one. Chop out a bit more of that. Let's skip over some of these. Don't need to see me putting every cover back down. Oh, that's the one that's painted. Yeah. No, I didn't see the sparks come out then. I don't know what he was on about. There isn't no sparks coming out of that man. He kept going on about sparks coming out of that. I don't know what he was on about. Definitely wasn't no sparks. Chop. So this cover's been painted in, and it's a good example of what the cover-up key can do. Do like my cover-up key. It's very good. So this cover's been painted in, and it's a good example of what the cover-up key can do. Yes, key's brilliant. Oh, actually, I didn't bother to lift that one up. Right, you can edit that back a bit, can't we? Oh, just delete the wrong bit. You can tell I'm tired now, can't you? Right, have I missed any comments? What have we got? What is your local time there? Currently, it is, yeah, 5 to 11 at night. I was recently in Somerset and spoke to a drainage engineer unblocking on the hottest day of the year so far. As much as I love your videos, I couldn't have done it that day. Great channel. Yeah, I was on a site that day, which I wasn't allowed to film because of where it is. And the site don't let you wear shorts. It was horrible. Well, the hottest day recently anyway. Yeah, it's not too bad, but yeah, doing what we do in the heat is hard work. You need a cover-up key for 24-inch heavy round manual covers over there. Yes, we do. They are horrible covers. I know exactly what you mean. Right, I think I'm gonna go to bed because we got a new person starting in the morning. So I need to go. Well, I got to be on job for 9 o'clock. I can work out my times. I need to message him and find out his address. So I got to be on a job for 9 o'clock. So I've got to leave the yard at 8 o'clock. But I've got to go pick the bloke up for 7:30 to get to our yard to drop someone else off to pick, yeah, for him to go with someone else. So that means I need to leave my house at 7 to get to our yard for 7:30. I got that right? I don't know what I gotta do. I gotta leave here in the morning, go to our yard, pick the work van up because I've not got my van. Drive up to the new guy's house, pick him up, take him back to the yard with his apprentice. For the apprentice then get in the truck, I've then got to go do a job. So yeah, suppose I better get some sleep. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm trying to do a few more of these more often, so keep an eye out. Yeah, thank you for watching. And if you haven't seen it already, go check out my video that was posted today. If not, the next one is out on Thursday, 1 o'clock as always. Yeah, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Ooh. Hope to hear you as a DJ on Fix one day. Yeah, don't think that'll happen, but you never know. We'll see. They do seem to like me though. Cheers, Gary. Night.